Hi Gorillas, I'm Aliana de la Guardia, co-artistic director and ensemble member for Guerilla Opera. Today we're bringing you a digital concert. This is a little different from our usual opera productions. As you know, during this time we can't physically get together to share world premieres of our new operas with you, but we can bring you music and poetry and different things that inspire us as individual artists, and then collectively as an ensemble. April is National Poetry Month, so we're featuring a selection of poetry and music paired together from Songs of Innocence by William Blake and from Béla Bartók's 44 duos for two violins, played by our ensemble member, Lilit Hartunian. As I was reading through these Songs of Innocence, I remembered recently jogging through Winnikinny Park, and I noticed that the jungle gym was covered in police tape to discourage people from playing on them. To me, that felt very heavy, even though we had already been in isolation for a week or two. It really made our circumstances feel that much more real and made it feel kind of severe as well. These Songs of Innocence, they're meant to see the world from a child's perspective, or from someone who hasn't yet been influenced by any sort of dark forces or heavy life lessons. So to me, the image of children playing and running around and making noise on a green grass, in contrast to the police tape covering up the playground, somehow combined these two images to me in a very strange way. So the poems that I've selected to share with you today brought me joy to read, and that's why I want to share them with you today. And Lilit selected her favorite movements from these 44 duos for two violins by composer Béla Bartók. And Bartók collected these folk melodies by traveling around Romania and Hungary. So they have the same pastoral country feel as this poetry. And the story goes that he heard an old woman singing a folk song in his early 20s, and he was so taken by it that he became obsessed with traveling and recording all of these folk songs. And he did it on an Edison photograph, so they would be preserved. And today these duos are used as a way of introducing musicians and audiences, both young and old, to music from a part of the world that they might not know, and to Bartók's really beautifully dissonant harmonic language. These duos also bring Lilit joy to play, and as you watch, I think you'll notice there's an added element of fun in there. And so we hope you enjoy this little program, and happy Poetry Month. Spring. Sound the flute, now it's mute. Birds delight, day and night, nightingale in the dale, lark in sky, merrily, 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 to welcome in the year. Little boy, full of joy, little girl, sweet and small, cock does crow, so do you. Merry voice, infant noise, merrily, merrily, to welcome in the year. Little lamb, here I am. Come and lick my white neck. Let me pull your soft wool. Let me kiss your soft face. Merrily, merrily, to welcome in the year. The Shepherd. How sweet is the shepherd's sweet lot. From the morn to the evening he strays. He shall follow his sheep all the day, and his tongue shall be filled with praise. For he hears the lamb's innocent call, and he hears the ewes' tender reply. He is watchful while they are in peace, for they know when their shepherd is nigh. The Lamb. Little lamb, who made thee? Dost thou know who made thee? Gave thee life and bid thee feed by the stream and o'er the mead, gave thee clothing of delight, softest clothing, woolly, bright, gave thee such a tender voice, making all the vales rejoice. Little lamb, who made thee? Dost thou know who made thee? Little lamb, I'll tell thee. Little lamb, I'll tell thee. He is called by thy name, for he calls himself a lamb. He is meek and he is mild. He became a little child. I a child and thou a lamb. We are called by his name. Little lamb, God bless thee. Little lamb, God bless thee. Infant joy. I have no name. I am but 2 days old. What shall I call thee? I happy am. Joy is my name. Sweet joy befall thee. Pretty joy, sweet joy, but 2 days old. Sweet joy I call thee. Thou dost smile, I sing the while. Sweet joy befall thee. Night. The sun descending in the west, the evening star does shine. The birds are silent in their nest, and I must seek for mine. The moon, like a flower in heaven's high bower, with silent delight, sits and smiles on the night. Farewell, green fields and happy groves, where flocks have took delight. Where lambs have nibbled, silent moves the feet of angels bright. Unseen they pour blessing and joy without ceasing on each bud and blossom and each sleeping bosom. They look in every thoughtless nest where birds are covered warm. They visit caves of every beast to keep them all from harm. If they see any weeping that should have been sleeping, they pour sleep on their head and sit down by their bed. When wolves and tigers howl for prey, they pitying stand and weep, seeking to drive their thirst away and keep them from the sheep. But if they rush dreadful, the angels most heedful receive each mild spirit new worlds to inherit. And there the lion's ruddy eyes shall flow with tears of gold, and pitying the tender cries, and walking round the fold, saying, wrath by his meekness, and by his health sickness is driven away from our immortal day. And now beside thee, bleeding lamb, I can lie down and sleep, or think on him who bore thy name, graze after thee and weep. For washed in life's river, my bright mane forever shall shine like the gold, as I guard o'er the fold. A dream. Once a dream did weave a shade o'er my angel-guarded bed, that an emmet lost its way where on grass methought I lay. Troubled, wildered, and forlorn, dark, benighted, travel-worn, o'er many a tangled spray, all heart-broke, I heard her say, "O my children, do they cry? Do they hear their father sigh? Now they look abroad to see, now return and weep for me." Pitying I dropped a tear, but I saw a glowworm near, who replied, "What wailing wight calls the watchman of the night? I am set to light the ground while the beetle goes his round. Follow now the beetle's hum. Little wanderer, hie thee home." And finally, Nurse's Song. When voices of children are heard on the green, and laughing is heard on the hill, my heart is at rest within my breast, and everything else is still. Then come home, my children, the sun is gone down, and the dews of night arise. Come, come, leave off play, and let us away, till the morn appears in the skies. No, no, let us play, for it is yet day, and we cannot go to sleep. Besides, in the sky the little birds fly, and the hills are covered with sheep. Well, well, go and play till the light fades away, and then come home to bed. The little ones leaped and shouted and laughed, and all the hills echoed. Stay home, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more online projects as we continue to find new ways to connect with you and to share our experience and emotion. If you enjoyed this program, there's a couple things you can do. You can like, subscribe, and follow. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all the social, we're everywhere. And we have workshops coming up, and we're also developing new content that we'll be releasing soon, including watch parties, these cute little digital concerts, more stuff. Support us online by making a donation at guerillaopera.org/support. Your donation keeps our artists working as we bring you these programs of fascinating music and poetry and everything wonderful at this time when we all really need it the most. Thank you so much for joining us for this little program, and we can't wait to see you again in person at one of our live shows.